Hello friends, Harshal here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be discussing on Amazon Elastic Beanstalk. So what is Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? So here if you go here in the dashboard, here you can see that management console. Here you can see that the Amazon Elastic Beanstalk is an easy to use service for deploying and scaling web applications and services developed with Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Ruby, Go and Docker on familiar servers such as Apache, Nginx, Passenger and IIS. Okay, so here you can also read this one, that you simply upload your code and Elastic Beanstalk automatically handles the deployment. Okay, so this is important. Okay, you simply need to upload your code and then Elastic Beanstalk automatically handles the deployment. So we don't need to create the instances, we don't need to create security group, then auto scaling group or load balancer, right? So we don't need to take care of those things. Everything will be automatically handled by Elastic Beanstalk. So that is the best thing. Then from capacity provisioning, load balancing and auto scaling to web application health monitoring with ongoing fully managed patch and security updates. So I hope that you understood why Elastic Beanstalk is important and why it is very easy to use. So if you are a beginner and you just want to deploy your application on EC2 instance, then it is for you, because you don't need to do anything. Everything will be taken care by the Elastic Beanstalk. So how can we use it? So let me check in this video. So the first of all, we need to install Elastic Beanstalk CLI. So okay, so before installing Elastic Beanstalk CLI or EBCLI, you must have Python installed in your system and AWS installed in your system. So let us say Python version. Okay, so okay, so here the latest version is 3, I guess. Yes, so the Python 3 is already installed in my system. So and this is the version. So if you have not installed, then okay, let me tell you that how can you get this installed. So okay, so here I'm going to the documentation and simply you search for install EBCLI. Simply I'm writing here install EBCLI. Okay, and search for it. It will show me some results. I want to install EBCLI manually. So where is, okay, so right now I'm click on it. Okay, so once I click on it, it will redirect me to here, Elastic Beanstalk, right? And this is all the documentation for Elastic Beanstalk. And here here you will get EBCLI. Okay, simply click on it, EBCLI. Here you will get install EBCLI and manual install. So click on it, and I'm using Linux machine, so that's why I click on Linux. And here you will see that install Python, pip and the EBCLI on Linux. Okay, so here if you read this, you will come to know that first we need to install Python, right? And once you install Python, then the second step is to install pip and EBCLI, right? So you can go through it, or you can simply copy this last command, just copy it and just paste over here, and it will start. Right, it starts, I guess. already satisfied. Okay, let me check EBCLI. If EBCLI is actually installed or not, we can verify this with this command, that EB version. And yes, you can see that EBCLI is actually installed in our system. Now, okay, so now what we have to do, EBCLI upgrade user, yes. Okay, yes, perfect. Okay, so now we have installed EB. If I write EB, and I can see everything, all the commands you will get here just by writing EB. Okay, then we can use abort, clone, code source, deploy. This deploy is important. Then creating new environment is important. Okay, health, event, initialization, list, local, logs. Okay, these are the commands that that we can use with the EB. Okay, now what we have to do, first of all, we have to create a directory. Let me create a directory that is test. No, let me create directory that is EB test. Okay, so I have created directory EB test, and now I am going into that directory. Okay, now what we have to do, I have simply created a directory, and I selected, I am right now into the directory EB test, and now I want to create the application, right? That EB test should be an application. So for that reason, I have to write EB init. So I wanted to start initialization from here. So I started initialization. I can choose the default reason, anything. Okay, so right now I'm choosing this one, and a number is 4. So I'm choosing this, and the number is 4. Okay, so right now there is some error popping out, that is the current user does not have correct permission. So the user do not have correct permission, and we need to have AWS access ID. Okay, so for that reason, what we have to do, simply I need to go to IAM, and here I am going to create a user. So let me create a user for now. Okay, so here is one user I can see. Okay, okay, so I'm going to add a new user so that I can tell you, so you will get idea that how can we create user and how can we give permission. So now the name is EB. Okay, then I give access, key and password, programmatic access and AWS management console access, and go to next. Now we need to attach a policy. So here we are working with EB, so I want AWS Elastic Beanstalk administrator access. So you should have attached this policy, and now go to next, then create user. So okay, now user will be created. Now user is created. This is the access ID, and this one is the secret ID, secret key. Okay, so right now I copy this access key, and I simply paste here access key. Okay, then here you can see AWS secret key. Right now for AWS secret key, simply this is the AWS secret access key. So I paste here, and okay. Now enter application name. So the default repository that we had created, that is eb test, so the application name would be the same, so it is by default the application. So now I simply entered and it is created. Okay, eb test has been created. See, if you have not attached the policy, that is administrative access, then there will be an error. Okay, so that's why that policy is important. Now here we need to make a selection, so I want to select PHP here, so that is 8 number. Okay, this is the 8. Okay, now what, by default 1, right? And it will continuing initialization. Do you want to set up SSH for your instances? So yes, I want to set up SSH for the instance. And now there is key pair. Okay, so here if I let me show you EC2. Let me go to EC2 and there I can show you the key pair. Okay, and the same key pair you can see here. Okay, so one of the key pair we can select. So here if I go down and here is the key pair, I need to simply click on it, and there are 2 key pair you can see. Okay. Okay guys, so here you can see that there are 2 key pair, that is Herschel and PK, and here also you can see that Herschel and PK, and here you can see the region is Ireland. Okay, so the same region we had selected here. Here you can see that phone number, that is okay, that is Ireland, right? So that's why it is showing that 2 key pair. So right now I'm selecting 2, so that is okay. Okay, and now if I do ls, so I cannot see anything. Okay, so but actually the file has been created and it is the invisible file. So how can I check that invisible file? Simply ls and -la. la means all files. Okay, it will list everything. So here you can see with the dot, that is Elastic Beanstalk, right? So if I want to cat that dot Elastic Beanstalk, so okay, so it is okay, it is the repository, so that's why I need to open that repository first, Elastic Beanstalk, and in this repository if I check, so there is a YAML file, config.yaml, and if I do cat and config.yaml, then the configuration that we had done, so everything you will get here, the detail. Okay, so the default is environment is null, then group suffix, that is null, global application name is eb test, then branch null, then default EC2 key name PK. So everything that we want, everything that we had configured, the details we get here. Okay, now what we have to do, simply go to back in the application, that is eb test2, and now we have to create the environment. Okay, to create the environment, what is the, okay, let me check the command to create the environment. Okay, so to create the environment I need to use that create option with the eb. So right now eb and create, and I want to use prod. Okay, the environment name that we want to give, you can give any name. So right now I have given the name that is prod. So I just click on it, I just entered, and it will take some time to create the prod environment. Okay guys, so here it is written that note the current directory does not contain any source code, because in this application, that is EB test, there is no code available because we have not created any code. So that is why this error it is showing. So but it is actually creating the environment, and it will take some time to successfully completed the creation of environment. So we have to wait for some time. Okay guys, so the prod environment is successfully launched. Here you can see that event, right? And whatever it has created, everything that you can see here, it has creation of the environment is starting from here, and it is using Elastic Beanstalk. Then security group is created, right? So we have not mentioned anything about security group. Okay, we have not we are not about to create that security group and load balancer or anything, right? Here is the auto scaling group as well, right? So here is the auto scaling group. So auto scaling group is created automatically, security group is created, load balancer is created, right? Then waiting for EC2 instance to launch. So EC2 instance also created. Okay, instance deployment and deployment is also created. That application is getting deployed on EC2 instance. Then here if you can see here, okay, S3 bucket. So that application will be stored in S3 bucket as well. So a lot of things done. Okay, so everything will be taken care by the Elastic Beanstalk, and this is the very good for the person who don't know how to configure a lot of things. Okay, so that is why it is very feasible and useful. So right now, okay, so right now if I go here and let me check for Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, I'm going to Elastic Beanstalk, and let me check if actually Elastic Beanstalk. So here environment name, that is prod. Okay, it is created, and application, if I click here, then the application name, that is EB test. So everything has been created here, but what we have done, we have not saved the code file, or we have not saved the code, anything, right? So there is nothing. So let us say if I click on it, and here you can see the URL. If I simply click on it, it will not show anything. Okay, it is showing that the PHP application and all the things. Okay, but we have not actually saved the code, and that's why it is showing like this. Okay, so now what I do, I simply go here, and in that EB test, this is the application, and in this application I create a code, I create a web page, right? So how to create? Simply cat, then index.html. Okay, so hello world page, simply. So hello world, right? Then control C. So if I do ls, then you can see that index.html has been created, and if I do cat index.html, so hello world is here, right? So I had actually created a web page, and that web page is to be automatically deployed on EC2 instance. So let me check again here. Okay, so it has not it is not showing anything right now. Okay, let me restart. And now I click on it. Okay, so why it is not showing? Because we have not run a command. Okay, so what command we need to run? We need to run that eb deploy. So where is deploy? Here is the deploy option. Okay, so that eb deploy we need to run. Okay, because whenever we deploy anything, source code or the application, that time we need to run this command, that is deploys your source code to the environment. So we have just done it. We have just deployed the source code, and that's why eb deploy we need to run, and it will take some time. So yes, it is application version archive is created, it is uploading. Okay, that zip file is going to upload on S3 bucket, and it started deploying. Okay guys, so it will take some time to deploy the code. So okay, we need to wait for some time. So now we can see that instance deployment completed successfully. Okay, so it is completed successfully, and now we need to check whether it is actually deployed or not. And see, you can see that hello world, it is actually deployed. And okay, again what I do, I simply go to I need to change the source code, right? To change the source code, simply vim, I need to use editor, that is vim. So here if I write something different, that hello guys, Harshal here, and welcome to my YouTube, right? So yeah, this is the source code that I had changed. Okay, and again I need to deploy that source code, so eb deploy, and again it will take some time, so we have to wait. Okay, so now it is completed, the deployment is completed. So again we have to refresh the page and see, hello guys, Harshal here, and welcome to my YT. So I hope that you understand how to deploy the code. Right now there are some, let us say if I want to check the logs, right, then eb and logs. Okay, and you can see all the logs. Okay, it is now receiving the log, it is retrieving, and it will take a little bit of time. So yeah, this is the log. Here you can see that var log, okay, eb hooks log, access log. If you go down, you can see a lot of things, right? Okay, and now if you want to check the health, so eb health, or if you want to check the status, so eb status. So here the status is green, it means that it is ready and it is okay, it is active. And let me check the health. So here you can check the health of the instance ID, right? This is the instance ID, it is showing the okay, and it is deployed. So everything you will come to know here. Okay, it is a web server, right? The environment is prod, and if you want to refresh it, then you can simply write double hyphen and refresh. So if I run this command, then what happen, every 10 second this table will get refreshed. So now you can see, okay, and here is the second. So every 10 second it start refreshing, refresh. Okay, now EB, if I click here EB, and I can again see a lot of things. Let me print env, right? So print env, show environment variable. So okay, now EB print env. So if there is any environment variable, so it will print. So right now it is not showing any environment variable. Okay, then here we can check with the events. Okay, and a lot of steps we do have here. So okay, so we will not go through each and every command. Okay, but I hope that you understand. I just get some selected commands to let you know, to show you that how it exactly works. Okay, now we have to check here on console as well. Okay, here in the environment you can see that prod environment. Okay, I just click on that prod, and here you can see the health, the blue green tick here, and it shows okay. The platform we have chosen here, that is PHP, right? And here is the events if you want to check. Okay, and you can refresh anytime. Okay, so here if you want to check, it will directly go, it will redirect it to the URL. So if I click on it, so the URL is here, it will redirect it and show you the web page. Now there is a configuration. So whatever we have configured, whatever Elastic Beanstalk configured, so everything you will get here, the details you will get here, right? So configured instances, okay, and here security group is this, and all the things, then load balancer, then security group. Okay, everything you will get here, every detail you will get here. Okay, then if you go down, there is a logs. Here is the logs. Okay, simply if you refresh, then if you want to reset 100 lines, so you can simply click on it and it will show you those lines. Okay, so there is no 100 lines, only 2 lines. Okay, fine. Then the next one is health. So the overall it is showing okay, right? So the health is also okay, and the same table we can see here also, EB health, by running the command EB health. Okay, now next one is the environment, the metrics we can monitor from here. Okay, there are some 6 metrics. CPU utilization is one of the important metric, then environment health. So everything you will come to know, you will get the details here. Okay, next one is alarm. So there is no alarm has been done. So we need to go to the monitoring dashboard. So for now we are not going there. And there is managed update, there is no history right now. Then event, you will get a lot of events that actually triggered. So everything you will get here. And there is tags. So here are the tags. The name is prod, environment name is prod, then this is also prod, and this is the I guess this is security group or something, environment ID. Okay, this is environment ID, right? Okay, now this is the application. Okay, this is the environment, and now this is the application, that is EB test. So here application version. So here you can see the first when we first deploy deploy the code, there was nothing in the application, so we had deploy application, so it was sample application and it had nothing to save in the S3 bucket. Okay, then we just written on the source code that hello world, and that zip file will be stored, had been stored to S3 bucket. Then again the next version, you can see updated version, that is this one. Okay, so version label has been updated if you update the source code. So that is the application versions. Then save configuration, so there is no save configuration. Okay, and there is nothing. Okay, there is change history. So first of all, we had created this, then we have changed the source code, okay, and that is the date of this. Okay, and right now by default we have a different source code, and if we again change this, so that change will be displayed here. Okay, so everything is good for now. So again there is something I wanted to show you. If I go to EC2 instance, here in the instance you can see the instance, that is prod. Okay, the prod will be automatically created by the beanstalk itself, right? And this is the security group. Security group has been created, and key we selected, that is PK. So yeah, everything is running fine. Then if we go down, and here in the network and security group, if I click on security group, and here you can see that prod. Okay, these are the security groups. Okay, right now a load balancer also we had automatically get created by Elastic Beanstalk. So this is the load balancer, and this is the auto scaling group. Auto scaling group also created by the Elastic Beanstalk CLI. So okay, it is taking too much time, but okay, so okay, now it is done. Okay, so you can see here that the auto scaling group had been created by the EBCLI. Now everything we had created, we had done with the EBCLI. So now what we have to do, if I want to terminate everything that had created by EB, right, Elastic Beanstalk. So simply what I have to do, simply I have to write EB and terminate. So whatever the configuration done, whatever the instances has been created, everything will be terminated. Okay, all the resources will be terminated. So here you can see the environment prod and all associated instances will be terminated. So everything will be terminated. So what I do, I simply copy this, and here I need to paste the environment name and click on it. It will take some time for the termination of the services. So the terminate environment is starting. So guys, finish validating environments EC2 instances for termination production. Okay, so guys, I hope you understand today's topic, and thank you so much for watching my video. Goodbye.